Hey folks, Dustin DePirac here, back at Assembly Hall again after a week in Puerto Rico or whatever. Um, don't really have the banners centered right, but I don't know. I guess my webcam doesn't work quite as well as Corman's does. Anyway, Indiana 90, Northwestern State 72. Kind of a game Indiana really needed to have after the way things went in Puerto Rico. Obviously, dealing with a ball club that wasn't nearly as athletically talented as what they saw in Puerto Rico, and certainly not as good as what they'll see the next three games against Maryland and then Pittsburgh and then Kentucky. It's going to get pretty rough for them soon, so it was good, a big deal for them to get a win like this. Basically, as Crean said, just to kind of prove to them, what they're working for and give them something positive in between, obviously a very disappointing stretch in Puerto Rico, and then what's probably going to be a very, very tough stretch in the next three games. So obviously going to be really mean a lot if they get even one of those games against three, pretty powerhouse programs. Anyway, so it was evident that they were dealing with a much with a team that just didn't have quite the athletic talent that they had been dealing with. Kristen Watford and Derek Elston had some really tough times down in Puerto Rico. Watford scored 17 points with 5 rebounds, 5 for 7 from the field. Derek Elston also 5 for 7 from the field. 12 points, able just to finish on layups and do a lot of things they weren't able to do against the guys in Puerto Rico. Uh, Jeremiah Rivers had also, an exceptional game. Only took 2 field goals, but had 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 points. Had 5 turnovers. It was a little bit, he wasn't flawless in 36 minutes, but really did a good job of attacking the basket again as usual, and dumping the ball off basically once he got down there. Wasn't taking really anything from outside at all. Devin Dumas also had a much better game than he had in Puerto Rico. He was really struggling there. Only played I think 7 minutes against Mason, and didn't score a point today. He gets 11 points. Hits a pair of big 3 pointers. And they obviously need that with Matt Roth out. He obviously could be a while. He had surgery this week on Wednesday, and had that taken care of. But it could be a while before he returns. Maurice Creek also has continued to be a positive, 17 points. He got pulled for defensive reasons before, and came back, got a couple of big steals, basically in the backcourt, managed to turn those into points. Hello, Matt Brady.
Are you rehearsing?
What's that? I'm not rehearsing. I'm actually on TV right now,
Oh.
or whatever this is. Anyway, Matt Brady, Sports Information, walking by. Anyway, so regardless, obviously they got to move forward from this. Try to take some of the things they took, did well defensively. Held Northwestern State to 40.4% shooting, caused 23 turnovers. Did a lot better in the rotations here. Basically, also was able to play some man-to-man that they haven't been able to do for a while. Used zone as more of a curveball. So moving forward, Crean basically asked the crowd to show up for this one. Basically left a message there through the media saying that they really need this place to be jacked up crazy, and really wants to sell out by Tuesday morning. Hoping he can get that. Kind of alluded to the fact that it's sort of a tough deal for Indiana as a team that's picked to finish 10th in this league, to get a very experienced team and a top 25 team in Maryland in the Big Ten ACC Challenge, but say, hey, you know what? Indiana's a franchise. Whether or not we necessarily have the team for this, he says that's probably a stretch for us to be playing Maryland in this event right now. But we're Indiana. Ratings-wise, you sort of need Indiana to play in a game that really matters. So, he said, hey, crowd needs to come out, be nuts, needs to add to whatever we're gonna do. So they're gonna try to do that on Tuesday night. We'll obviously be back here to see that, and we'll have the rest of the crew together. Corman will be back from Vegas. Hopefully he survived that. Not sure how that went with his crew, but I imagine it was a good time. But he should be back and rested and together by the time we get the live chat going on Tuesday. We'll also have coverage for you throughout the week, get the chats going and everything else. So hopefully you guys will be there for that. Enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.